Hello AFAM and welcome to Tidbit Tuesday.
This is where we talk about, random stuff. It's pretty much just uncut. This will be a little cut.
Yeah. So hello, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I am Josh.
And I'm Ashley.
And like I said, this is Tidbit Tuesday. Normally we do like travel themed videos, but today is all about you guys. We asked you to ask us questions. We're calling this Quickfire questions. We said go to our Instagram and look on our stories and ask us a question there. And then we're going to take your questions and answer them as quickly as possible in this video.
Yeah, you guys had a ton of questions. This video is not like an in-depth video, but we do have quite a few videos that are in-depth in the topics that you guys are interested in.
So I guess let's just get to the first question. What are by far your top 3 favorite moments on your journey? Top 3 favorite moments. Man, that is... How are these supposed to be quick? Okay, top 3 moments. Walking in the mist in Venice. Go.
I was thinking when Puerto Vallarta was interested in us and was telling us like how much we were worth in a way. I guess like realizing our worth in our videos.
All right, number 3, I'm gonna say just camping in Iceland in general. That was really fun.
Yeah, and I also just loved working in Ireland on the farm.
That's 4.
Sorry.
Moving on. What type of vaccine shots did you guys have to take before leaving the US for your first trip? Well, our first trip was many, many years ago, and we basically just went to the doctor and said, we're going to this country, and they recommended specific things.
Yeah, there are like little emergency rooms or something that you can just go in and tell them what country. They suggest what vaccinations you get, but to be honest, we haven't had vaccinations
in a long time.
Forever.
Aren't they called travel clinics?
Yeah,
I feel like so.
In the US.
Okay. Ash, what's your latest playlist you played?
I don't know. Most likely Hillsong.
Really?
Yeah, I think the album's called Zion.
Okay. Which country you like the most up to now? I'm gonna say Iceland. It's a world apart. It's a different planet.
Yeah, we both really love Iceland. It's a great place to visit, but I don't know that I would live there ever.
No, I don't think I could live there, but for like a week or 2 at a time, it's just gorgeous. Yeah. How tall is Josh? I don't know the metric system, but I am 6 foot 2 inches tall.
Whenever anybody comes to visit us or meets us, they're always surprised at how tall Josh is.
Because I hold the camera up here, so I probably just look shorter, or the camera's at face level, so you're always seeing me at face level. But then if you come in real life, you're probably like down here on me.
He's actually really easy to see when we're in crowds of people. Yeah. A little game I like to play is to blend in
She'll
the
lose
crowd.
me on purpose.
I'm harder to find than he is, so blend in and then he has to find me.
Yeah, she'll hide and then she'll keep an eye on me and watch me as I go, where did Ashley go?
I'm not hiding, I'm in plain sight, but I'll like literally just stand there and stare at him and wait for him to try to find me.
Okay.
It's difficult for him to do that because he stands out.
Does anyone get angry or scared while you're videoing them? Well, we generally don't record individuals like in a way that it's like very obviously them unless it's in a very public setting already. So not really. Some people are weird about it. Like if they see the camera, they're like, what are you filming for? But
yeah, I can only think of one incident in Mexico where a woman didn't want us to film her shop, the outside of her shop, so she got really weird about it. But other than that, really, like we haven't had very many people get upset. And usually, like if we're on a tour, we'll ask the tour guide ahead of time if they're okay with being on camera. Yeah. But most of the time, our whole focus is our experience. So
so if someone else is in the shot, we're usually not filming them. They just happen to be in the shot. Yeah. So most people don't care that I've found. Are you guys always filming when traveling, or do you ever just enjoy the moment? Usually we are always filming, and we don't just enjoy the moment. Ashley gets to enjoy the moment a little more than me, I think. Is that fair?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I'm usually the one filming. But right now, in real time, not in when our videos are coming out time, real time we are in...
question.
Okay, real time we're somewhere else. And we are enjoying ourselves. How do you choose which country you are headed to next? Ashley?
Yeah, it's all dependent. Like at the beginning of our travels, it was more or less what the cheapest place was going to be to get to. So when we were traveling Europe for the first year, we pretty much went through countries as we went. But now we decide, depending on like if we have partnerships in the countries or still if it's the cheapest route. We were planning on going to Europe right now, but it's so expensive, so we ended up being where we're at. And then Yeah, and then also just the views and knowing, like, kind of like looking at statistics of the different places that we've been, and if it would be good for our channel or not, if people are interested in content from that place. That also plays a big part into it now that we are looking at this more in a business aspect.
Yep. Everyone has some kind of vice. What are yours?
But explain, like, vice.
I think a vice is something that is probably not good for you if you do it a lot, and...
Ice cream.
Fair enough. Ice cream.
I love it.
Eating chocolate in bed.
Yeah. When I'm feeling sad, like, eating is a vice for me.
Fair enough.
And that's not good, and it's not healthy. But I enjoy it so much.
I would say a vice for me is probably spending too much time doing nothing on the computer. Like just finding a rabbit hole and going down it. For me, that's sort of like a little self-medication vice type thing.
Yeah.
That's probably it. Maybe it's boring, sorry. What are your biggest fears? Would you face them in a video?
I don't like snakes. Once we were at like a petting zoo, my parents made me hold a snake, and I was sobbing, like crying. And
what about
for
now?
a long time. I mean, I would probably do it, but it still creeps me out. It's not like a biggest fear. Would I do it in a video? Yeah, probably. In my brain, like I'm always thinking like Fear Factor or like Amazing Race, or like I have to be able to pump myself up and like think of it as like a competition to be able to do it. I'm competitive.
I don't really have any specific like big fears of anything that could happen realistically. I can think of certain scenarios where I'd be scared out of my mind. Like if you implanted me into the Saw films in real life, I would be actually scared. But that is of course absurd. So
Real
honestly,
life fear not being successful.
Okay, fair enough. Am I willing to face that on camera? Yes, I do that every day. How can you guys be such a sweet? Ashley eats a lot of sugar.
That's possibly. Thank you.
Know. What's the most expensive country you visited? Iceland.
Norway.
Switzerland. Israel.
Sweden.
See, Sweden. Israel's pretty up there.
Yeah.
What country fits best with your personality? France. My personality.
For him.
For me.
For me? I don't know. I just like them all. I love to travel. I think I don't know that I've found the
So you'd
place.
be a gypsy, which has no country.
For sure.
Okay, you heard it here first. Ashley's a gypsy. What's the one thing you can't travel without? Money. That's not true. Oh yeah, didn't we already have this question on our Q?
Oh, we did. I didn't say that.
Okay, but not being
really
pedantic.
need?
What do I really need? Without being like really basic about it.
Yeah, and like if you're not working, if you don't need your computer, if you don't need your camera, what can you travel without?
Honestly, I would say the iPhone. I mean, just because like even if I was coming as a tourist, I'd want to take photos. I'd want to get people's contact information. I'd want to look up cool places, use maps. I honestly think the iPhone would be the thing I couldn't live without, even if I'm not looking at it from like a we make videos perspective.
Yeah.
And I'm trying not to be too basic about it.
Yeah. I understand that because you can take photos. You can.
It's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, an iPhone is a good answer.
There you go. Do you like airplanes? Yeah.
I mean, they get us place to place, but to be honest, like every time an airplane takes off, I pray. Like, and just say, Lord, please get us up and down. So
I like airplanes enough to have previously studied for my pilot's exam. I never took the exam, but I studied for it. So
yeah, I understand that like airplane is a confined space that is up in the air, really far.
It's incredible.
Anything can happen.
Okay, this video is already getting long. We gotta speed this up. Wow. What's your favorite mammal, bird, fish, reptile, and amphibian species? Let's just pick one. Favorite mammal, I'm gonna go with horse.
And my favorite turtle is a turtle, a sea turtle.
Favorite turtle? That's an amphibian. That's a reptile. Right?
Yeah, I think they're reptiles because they lay.
How did you guys meet, and can you please visit Lebanon next? We don't have plans to go to Lebanon, and we have a whole video about how we met called something.
Do we have a video about how we met?
Yeah.
I don't think
A
so.
proposal. Oh, maybe we didn't.
Yeah.
Short story, we grew up together.
Same town.
Did you go to the Church of the Sepulchre? Yes, we did.
We didn't go inside. We were just on the outside.
We went to it.
But the video will come soon.
How do gratuities work when you do walking tours, whether free or not? Thanks. Usually on a free tour, they suggest you to give the equivalent of 10 to 20 euros.
Expected.
They expect that.
Yeah. It's the only way that they make money is through the tips.
Yeah,
so,
and they have to split that with the tour company that hosts them.
Yeah,
so.
they actually have like a percentage they have to give.
So it's not. It is a free tour, but it's not. But it is. But it isn't. How are the responsibilities for creating the videos divided among you both?
Good question.
I film and edit, and Ashley plans the whole thing. So she picks out the activities and the events of the day.
Yep, and pretty much what the videos are about.
Right. What is your facial and skincare routine to maintain a healthy and natural facial skin while traveling? I'll let Ashley take this one because she's good at this.
I don't do anything with my skin. I don't use makeup like a lot of people, so like all over my skin, so I don't break out very often.
Short story, Ashley has phenomenal skin and she does nothing. And it's really annoying because I have really bad skin and I have to do everything.
Yeah. He has a lot more skincare products than I do.
So to answer your question, basically I take inspiration from the Korean skincare ideas. Don't touch your face, wash and rinse and exfoliate at night, put on a nighttime moisturizer in the morning, rinse your face, exfoliate again. I also have salicylic acid that I use. That's an exfoliant from chemicals. And then I put on a moisturizer with SPF that is key.
I have a moisturizer with SPF and it has tint in it.
So if you took nothing from this, don't touch your face. Wash it only once or twice a day. Moisturize at night. Moisturize during the day with SPF.
I touch my face all the time.
Don't do that. How often do you fight, if you fight at all? It depends. We go through swings. We used to not fight at all. Now I feel like we're fighting a little more because there's just more going on behind the scenes than ever before.
I feel like it's a lot more stressful now that we're looking at it as a business.
Yeah.
And it's not just like fun travel.
So it depends.
Yeah.
It depends. Like a big fight once every 2 weeks, and big is in quotation marks. We often nitpick at each other throughout the day. That's married life. We've been married 11 years now. Do you prefer traveling as a couple or with friends?
I mean, every once in a while with friends is definitely a needed thing. Like, it's really nice to be with other people. Specifically, like other travel YouTubers has been really great because we can play off each other, work, learn from each other, work together.
If I could throw one thing in there, I'd say traveling alone could be fun sometimes. How do you monitor for possible travel advisories for the countries that you're going to? If it's big enough to be in the news, we'll hear about it. If it's not big enough to be in the news,
Yeah, when we went to Qatar, we did some research before going. Turkey, we do a little bit of research, but mostly we stay away from countries that are really, really like in conflict at the moment.
Yeah,
like,
if it's a war zone, we're not going to go there.
Yeah.
Do you want to have kids? Maybe.
I do. That's another topic for another day.
Maybe. Again, maybe. How do you manage to travel so much and make awesome vlogs every day? It is exhausting. That's how we manage to do it.
We work really, really hard and we plan ahead of time. We've just started doing a content calendar that helps us out a lot more. Before we just were winging it and it was difficult.
Mm-hmm. Can travel get boring?
I don't think so. Josh doesn't think boring is the right word.
I'm not sure
question.
I'm not sure if boring is the right word. So I'll say no, I don't think travel can get boring, but it can get repetitive because as she mentioned, we travel so much that you're like, okay, well, we're getting on a plane, can't wait to get this part over with. So it can be just sort of repetitive. But I don't think boring is the right word. When are you going to India again? Do you love Georgia? I'm assuming you mean the country? Yeah, we liked it a lot.
We liked it a lot.
What country do you really, really, really want to visit soon? Oh, that's so tough.
Yeah, that's a really hard one. There are so many countries. One that I would love to go to that almost seems impossible is Bhutan.
Really?
It's extremely expensive to get into there.
I had no idea.
It would be really, really cool to go to.
And I'll just say France. I know that's boring, and I've mentioned it before, but I want to go to France again. I want to hang out in the Côte d'Azur and drink wine and have coffee and sit on the beach. What do you think sets you apart from other travel vlogs and made you successful? Frequency.
Yep, I think so too. Like when we started, we were doing 5. For the first 2 years, we did 5 videos a week.
Yeah.
And that totally set us apart because we have so much more content.
Yeah. I don't think we're any better by any stretch of the imagination than other vloggers. We just did a lot of videos. That's really all there was to it, I think.
Exactly.
Do you ever get homesick? No.
I do get homesick a bit when like I'm talking to my family on the phone and everybody's hanging out and they're all together. That's when it really does hit hard.
Can you name countries you visited that has the biggest contrast in terms of landscape, food, and culture? The biggest contrast? Do you mean from the U.S.? I would say India, if that's the question.
Yeah.
India. We had a few questions about Canada specifically. Have you done any videos there? Are you planning to come here? Yes, we've been there before. Just type the Way Away Canada into Google and you'll find it. We don't have any plans to go there anytime soon. Okay?
But Banff is amazing. I have been before and I would love to go there and make videos. A few of you had questions about food.
Yes.
You asked, what is your favorite Turkish food?
What's your favorite food in general? What's your favorite Latvian food? It didn't seem fair to spend all this time on every single question, so I'm boring. Favorite food is going to be pancakes and bacon.
And ice cream for me. And biscuit or cookie.
Ooh, biscuit or cookie? Cookie, but
Cookie.
depends. Chocolate chip or macadamia nut?
Yeah, like, okay, so I might make some people upset, but my mom makes the best cookies in the world, so yeah, cookies.
My mom makes the best cookies in the world. That was Sandy
makes the best cookies
that was
in the
talk to
world.
the hand. Talk to the hand. We had a lot of questions about where we visited in the past. Have you been to Tasmania? No. Have you been to Palestine?
Yes. That
have you
video's
been to
coming.
New Zealand?
I
Ashley
have.
has. Have you been to Haiti? Is that Haiti? A Hatay?
I didn't know where that was.
But
I tried
no.
to Google it. We've never been there.
Have you ever? Will you ever go to Bangladesh? Maybe. We had a couple questions about where we'd like to live. That's a tough one.
One place.
I know it'd be nice to be near family,
If
but
only they lived in a sunnier place.
if only if my family lived in the Côte d'Azur in France, yes, absolutely, we're gonna live next to family. But they live in Port Orchard, Washington, which is
It's
fine.
beautiful.
But there's a lot of other great places out there.
Yeah, so
The answer is we don't know.
we haven't found a place where we thought,
Yes, this is it.
This is where we want to live forever.
We had a bunch of questions about money. How do we fund our trips? How do we make money? How do you save money? We make money by making videos, by getting advertisers, by having Patreon sponsorships, and by doing some extra work on the side outside of YouTube.
Yeah.
I would recommend, if you want to save money for a trip, do more than just working your job. Do extra stuff, buy something cheap, sell it for more. Just hustle, make money, save it, do more than you can with your job.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I think that it's just important for our viewers to realize that, like, when we do sponsorships, someone asked actually, what do you do if you partner with a company but end up not liking the product? We don't ever do that.
Yeah.
When we do partnerships, we make sure that we love the product, that it integrates into what we're doing, and that
Before we agree to anything.
Yeah, that we're not just doing something for the money, but that we actually really, really like it. So when we do sponsorships, it's important to us, and we want to share it with you guys.
We had a ton of people requesting that we come visit their hometown or someplace that they liked.
Yeah.
The answer is yes, no, maybe, I don't know. There's a ton of places. There's so many places to visit that we don't have time, and we have to pick and choose, basically.
Yeah. And especially places that we've already been. We will most likely go back to places.
At some point.
But we are trying to see new places, new things, so that travel doesn't get boring, right?
What is our next stop? Well, currently we are in Istanbul, Turkey. We're not filming, we're just editing a bunch and doing a bunch of behind the scenes work.
But our videos are about to start in India, and then we have Israel, so we have some really cool content coming for you guys. We're catching up on our videos so that they'll be a lot more recent, starting at the beginning of September.
In terms of where we are planning to go next, I believe it's Hungary.
Yeah, so we'll be in Hungary and Budapest, and then we'll be in Portugal, and then we're hoping to go to the UK for a little bit. A lot of you then asked about if we're going to Central and South America. Will we be going to Mexico again? Will we be going to Ecuador? And will we be going to Brazil? We hope and plan to go to hopefully Brazil and maybe Peru, yeah. So we don't have this planned yet, but like we said at the beginning of the year, we're planning on doing 4 continents, and South America would be our last continent in the year. So our big plan, and what we will be planning right now while we're here in Istanbul, is what we'll be doing in South America.
We had a ton of questions about Turkey.
So many.
So many Turkish are following our Instagram, so they responded, and we're in Istanbul right now, so they responded. Basically, the answer is we might do like 1 or 2 trips in Turkey, but we're not going to film a ton. We're basically just working a lot, so we probably won't be doing many meetups either. If we're doing anything like that, we will announce it. And lastly, Adrian asked, I don't know what to ask, actually, because you answered it all. So, I think that's a very poignant ending.
That's it.
This has been Quickfire Q&A. If you want to know more about any specific topic, please put it down as a question in response to the pinned comment on this video, and maybe we'll address it in a future Tidbit Tuesday. This is not how we normally do Tidbit Tuesday. We just thought it was a fun idea.
Yeah, Instagram started doing these questions, and we appreciate all of you going there and putting the questions in. If you're not following our Instagram, please go there and follow so that the next time we do something like this, that you guys can put your questions in.
Yeah. All right, Wave Fam, I hope we encouraged you to get out there and travel today.
Oh, one last thing.
One last thing.
We have a live stream this weekend.
Oh, yes.
So we have it posted. If you guys are interested, we're going to live stream this weekend on Saturday. We're really excited about it. It will just be a time that we hang out. Plus, we're planning on playing a game, which will be really fun.
And random shout out to a Patreon of the day. My mom, Stacy. Thanks, Stacy, for helping support this channel on Patreon.
Yeah, you're awesome.
And we will see you guys in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.